How we doing today, folks? All right, I'm back with you. It's been a while, but let's get a little channel update going. A few decisions have been made. We're still doing some thinking, and some things have been done, so I'll get you up to speed. First off, I think with the motor, we've been doing a lot of debating, a lot of testing, a lot of looking. I think we've decided it's time to long block it. So we're exploring our options on long blocking it. I've already got a lot of parts that if you were going to put a new motor in it, the radiator from Mishimoto, all that garbage that I've mentioned before. So I think what y'all are about to see is within the next few months, and it'll probably be a while, it'll probably be 6 months or so, but y'all will probably see a fresh crate motor or a long block of some form going into this thing. So we'll try and amass just all the appropriate parts that are going to be wanted for the direction this truck is going. So you'll probably see better fuel pumps and ignition and such, because we're guaranteed going to use at least a GT long block, because this is just a bastardized Frankenstein mess of what used to be an F150 block that some poor shade tree mechanic just can't leave alone. So the next motor is definitely going to be a bare minimum a GT block, but for the prices that we're playing with and looking at, we're even considering maybe one of the Illuminator blocks if we can find one of those still floating around, or maybe even something custom built. But I don't know if I want to go that direction yet, especially considering we've got two other projects coming up, especially we'll speak about that here in a minute though. So yeah, we're thinking new motor fairly soon, so that'll probably involve a lot of the other stuff we've talked about. We'll probably go ahead and rebuild the transmission at the same time. There's no reason to made up a new higher powered motor to a poor beat up transmission that's seen its lion's share of passes. We made some adjustments with the rear suspension again. I was fairly unhappy with the way the cowl tracks were working, with the way the rear end was set up at the time. You probably can't tell a difference at all, but we ended up dropping the rear end about 1.25 inches. The previous owners had some of those silly lift blocks that you put in between your leaf spring, and the axle, the rear end housing, whatever, the rear axle housing, and it had its butt all up in the air on top of the 3-to-1 leaf springs that I've got on there now, which still leave its butt in the air a little bit. But now she sits a little more level, and it's given us a lot more preload to play with on our cowl tracks. Taking a little bit of the ass bob out of it when we hit the track, because she still liked to bounce a little bit. She's almost just launching straight now. We got a new phone, so we'll try to start recording some of that stuff with a little bit better recording option, maybe an extra angle. If we can start running both these phones to record with. We're looking for a camera to record with, so hopefully we'll start having better footage and more footage for you guys. So yeah, that's kind of the direction this thing will be going. We'll probably be replacing the motor. We'll be sticking with the 302 intake manifold. We'll probably just be giving it a little bit more that it can handle, a little bit more power. We'll keep the headers. Basically everything will stay. So we'll get a long block and then go from there. Whatever we have to get to get it all set up right. And we'll probably go ahead and set up with a little bit better of a tuning option after that. Instead of the dedicated tune we're on, we'll probably start throwing in some hardware so we can data log and adjust our tunes. Other than that, this thing hasn't changed a whole lot. She still runs like a champ. There's really not anything wrong per se. She's got damn near 300,000 miles and is eventually going to start showing her age. And the discussions I've had with my guys at Jackson Auto Machine Shop, and my guys at XP, and just the shops in general I associate with. I've all said a long block or a custom build in general is probably more the direction I'm going. This motor's probably seen the extent of its life. There's probably no point in attempting to machine it out with as many miles as it's got on it. It probably just isn't going to work. So that's what's going on there. So to fill that kind of time, we'll try and start giving you some other footage. Grandma's here today. That's her car. Don't worry, I didn't knuckle down and get a Prius. The gas mileage doesn't hurt my feelings that bad. Going up to Tulsa next week, so I might get some driving footage of that for you guys, and while we're up there, we might get some footage just messing around, just to fill some time, and we'll see. Somebody came super close on guessing what the car in the garage is. A channel by the name of Thermite Gaming came super close. They said this was a Ford Focus hiding here. That's Grandpa's motorcycle. We're gonna bust that out fairly soon and start working on it too. Somebody said this was a Ford Focus, and they're super. Well, they're right. It is a Ford Focus, but I'm giving Thermite Gaming a shout out because they got that close to right. But like I said, I'm on the fence about whether or not to restore it or whether or not we should just go crazy with this thing. So there's that. Thermite Gaming, good job. It is a Focus. If anybody can still guess what kind of Focus, why would I be restoring a regular old dirty Ford Focus or jamming a Mustang engine in it? I mean, besides just for fun. I mean, but you can get any old junk Ford Focus for next to nothing and do that. So this thing's sitting covered up, obviously, for a reason. If anybody wants to guess that one, give them a shout out. Maybe we'll start sending out some kind of swag or merch or something to that effect. Like I'll see what I can find to start sending out to people, like good old Thermite Gaming. Our first guesser, one of our first commenters might see what I can send him if I can figure something out. Don't expect much from a channel named Dumpster Fire. It very well might just manage to mail you some garbage. But beyond that, that's kind of where we're at right now. Like I said, I'll try and get some more filler content started to put up. I think we'll start doing some product reviews and stuff just to jump on that bandwagon. Whatever we can find, whatever we've got that may be of interest. Hell, we can start with some of the stuff on the vehicle, like the Caltrax. I don't see a lot of stuff going around about that. People don't talk about them too much. So that's where we are. Rebuilding the engine or replacing it soon, most likely replacing. We'll probably get some footage going out of town next week. The car is a Ford Focus, but what kind? Can anybody guess? We might start doing some merch and swag soon, so maybe start seeing if we start posting about that more often. And Thermite Gaming, good job. We'll see what I can send you out. If I can figure anything out in that direction besides a shout out, we'll do something to that effect. I think that's everything, guys. All right. We'll see you on the next one, and stay safe out there.